Now that you're gone.
The Bronx was a very musically fertile area in the 1950s, churning out famous doo-wop groups such as the Chantels, the Earls, the Belmonts, the Coquettes, the Dimensions, just to name a few. However, many of these Bronx groups started young and often burned out early, and frequently realized meager rewards just for the excitement of seeing their names on a theater marquee. One of these late 1950 groups was the Expressions, and here is their story.
I miss so much your very lovely eyes.
The Expressions, a 1950s Bronx doo-wop group. Lead singer, Robert Yula. He had backup singers of Barbero, Gordon, and Carparelli. The two songs on this 45 record that was released in September of 1959 were Now That You're Gone, and the flip side was Crazy. The 45 was pressed in yellow wax.
I've come down from the tower I was on. Now that
The lead singer, Robert Yula, wrote the lyrics for the song Now That You're Gone. He was from the Arthur Avenue section of the Bronx and actually lived on Crotona Avenue at the time the record was put together. You know, over his lifetime, Bob lived in different sections of the Bronx for the next 35 years. Other than Arthur Avenue, he lived in Allerton Avenue section and also the Throgs Neck area of the Bronx where he owned a home. In his lifetime, he pursued a very successful career with the United States Postal Service, and along with his wife raised 3 beautiful children, 2 daughters and a son, and is comfortably retired in Westchester, New York to enjoy his grandchildren and his music.
you're gone. Now that you're gone. I am.
The Expressions manager was Bobby Doyle, and his right-hand men were his arrangers, Hardy Salwitz and Paul Kaufman. Hardy Salwitz actually wrote the flipside song.
I'm so lonely. I am so lonely. I know now that you are my one and only.
The Expressions practiced their singing in the Belmont Community Center, which is on the street that Dion and the Belmonts took their name. The Belmont Community Center is still existing today on Arthur Avenue next to Mount Carmel Park in the Bronx. Now, where else would neighborhood guys practice their singing? Now, being neighborhood guys, and in the time that and everything that took place in that neighborhood, there was a lot going on. It was a hotbed for talent. You know, one of the stories that they tell is about Silvio Faraci, who was a prominent caterer in the area in those days, and he actually got the Expressions a audition with one of the largest talent agents in the business. You know, that talent agent at the time was handling Diana Washington, the Flamingos, the Platters, Lionel Hampton. And basically the agent loved them, but they didn't have a name. He needed a name to book them. So another brush with success, but it goes to show you everybody in the neighborhood knew somebody.
I guess that I just cannot go on. Cannot go on.
Mario Carparelli was one of the Expressions' backup singers, and he was a friend of Dion and the Belmonts from the neighborhood. Dion tried to get the Expressions an audition at the New Laurie record label, which was founded in 1958. Unfortunately, the new small Laurie record company had just signed the Mystics with the hit Hushabye, and it could not invest any more money and time into another group. So once again, timing and events did not work out to the Expressions' favor.
You're gone. Home alone, sitting up by the phone, hoping my dear.
The photo below appeared in Show Business newspaper. It stated their names and said that the Expressions were an upcoming group to pay close attention to and be on the charts very soon. In fact, the Show Business newspaper was not wrong, as a friend of the group's who lived in the Boston area heard the song get significant airplay and make the Boston charts top 10. In closing, I think that the titles of the two songs that the Expressions made were somewhat pathetic. Crazy because they did not make it to the really big time, just basically due to timing and circumstances. However, now that you're gone, they'll never be gone, for their music and their memories from a very special time and place will live on.
Your voice I could hear, so try to understand.